Well, welcome back. This is the Scream Tank. What is the Scream Tank, you may ask?
This is Board White.
Well, it's Board White Scream Tank. So we're putting her in the Scream Tank.
Right.
Right? Should I be playing this?
Can we start over?
So what? This is all gold. I'm liking it.
This is gold?
We can edit this shit. We can cut it in post. Johan!
He's gonna quit.
He's so gonna quit.
Okay, now
Play
the intro. Welcome back to Board Wipe. I'm your host, Satyric. Tonight we have a very special show. It is the first ever Board Wipe review. Where we actually review something instead of just playing it.
Right. I'm Icepikk, here to talk to you about our newest innovation, the Scream Tank.
The Scream Tank is a device in which we put a would-be candidate for the Illiterati so that they can show their mettle against the infernal hordes of Scott Cawthon's creation.
We've gotten some complaints, mostly from me, I'm not going to lie, that it's kind of difficult to play a horror game with the proper lighting required for our camera work and with everyone else making comments all the time. Our response? Headphones exist.
So not just headphones, but stereo quality headphones with surround sound.
So we've taken our friend DJ Vjay.
Hi, I'm DJ, and I'm playing Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I'm not scared. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Since we followed up on Five Nights at Freddy's due to a request from guest on the program, Mach 5, or Mox.
Mox.
I forget how he wishes it to be pronounced.
What a wonderful fellow.
We decided to get on our own initiative and do Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And so we've put our friend in the Scream Tank to handle it. Now, Satyric is much more educated about the mythos of Five Nights at Freddy's.
I've read up on Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I've read the wiki. The wikis. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's, taking place during the Bite of 1987. The second time for the entire pizzeria to go under. The first time, we still don't know what caused it. We believe it could be related to murders involving the Marionette, a new addition to the cast by Scott Cawthon that is put to sleep by a sort of baby music box.
Mm-hmm.
This is all shown to you in 8-bit sort of gameplay in which the Freddy and Fox attempt to save children that are being killed by the Marionette.
So the gameplay has changed from the first game, whereas before it was a matter of managing your personal light for the entire building and locking the doors and the power going down. Here, as is explained by Phone Guy, the power in the building is perfectly fine, and to prevent you being stuffed into a suit, they've given you a Freddy mask. The problem is you can't use the monitor, which you're required to use to wind up the music box, the mask, and the flashlight at the same time. So you have to choose at any given moment which life-saving device you're going to use. If you leave the music box off, you get murdered. If there's someone in the room and you don't have the mask on, you get murdered.
If you don't use the flashlight enough, you get murdered.
So, they've changed it from a simple pattern of trying to lock out the things to now it's a matter of choosing the right tactic for the enemy coming for you, which I think is a great choice overall. A rock, paper, scissors sort of style. Now, we have DJ Vjay. We've had her appear in multiple videos before, and if you've watched some of those videos, more specifically the original Five Nights, you can't really get an amnesia due to the difficulties and the different tone of the game.
Yep.
But DJ Vjay does not like jump scares.
She hates them.
Oh, does she hate them.
I just don't like sudden noises.
That's fair. In fact, we specifically brought her to Freddy's because she hated them.
We specifically brought her into the Illiterati because she hates jump scares. However, she really likes horror.
Yeah, which is really weird.
Yeah. It's actually how we met.
Yeah.
So we've got her playing the game right now, and we're just coming in to give a review of the game and an understanding. You here get to watch her suffer through it, and I will admit, as terrible as it sounds,
It's pretty funny.
she gets really funny at certain points. One of the great things you'll see throughout this game is that they've moved it so that you have the monitor and the Freddy mask down at the bottom.
Okay, so I haven't played Freddy's 1. I know all about it. I've watched like videos. You actually played it. Did you have to click on the video to bring it up?
No.
It was like this.
Yes.
Okay.
But since it was the one bar rather than having two down there,
yeah,
it's a good innovation to have the two, but it is also frustrating. As you can see, she keeps missing. She's trying for one or the other and misses. And since the vents are lower to the ground, you can accidentally hit there trying for the same thing.
Shit.
Now, right now, she's panicking because Freddy Fazbear is outside, but the music box is winding down. So which way will she choose to die, folks? Maybe neither. Who's to say?
Okay, let's also comment on the whole 1987 thing. Okay. Ooh, hey, grab it.
Jesus.
I do appreciate that touch. I actually really quickly want to talk about the mask. There's two things I really enjoy about the mask.
Okay.
The first is the stifling nature of it.
Mm-hmm.
That it's safety, but it's very clearly uncomfortable safety. That when you put it on, your breathing is so much louder. Okay, we survived the first night. The breathing is so much louder, and your vision is restricted. And so it just, again, it's that tapping in of claustrophobia. Like, this game is playing so much with suspense, with hidden darkness, with the tight, unmoving nature of things. And that's one of the reasons I like the mask, is it's your only safety, but you don't feel safe with it on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bitch shit.
You were saying something.
1987.
Yes.
We are in 1987.
We have traveled back in time for this game.
And yet we have new technology. Technology that is absolutely impossible at this time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole speech at the beginning is like, oh, we got these new bears, they have facial recognition. No, you don't. They are connected to a database of pedophiles and criminals so that they can keep this place safe at all times. That's impossible, especially before the invention of the internet.
Exactly.
And we have a tablet still.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can get over that. I don't like commenting on anachronistic stuff, but it's like we went... If you're going to tell me we went backwards and give me a date, you can at least... I don't know. Well, like, the telling me that they have a database and they look at it doesn't affect me enjoying this game.
Yeah.
I don't care about the tablet either. It could just be like I'm lifting a screen. I mean, I can't see that's like the size of the screen. It is. I don't care about that. But unless there's something important about them having the ability to see pedophiles and criminals. And then that leads me to believe, since it must be important, otherwise why would they have such an anachronistic thing, that the main character is a pedophile.
And that is a worrying thought. Another thing that interests me about it is that it's one of those things that you run into every now and again. One of the biggest sources of it, the Star Wars prequels, of their many flaws, is the idea that with this, we're establishing this one that there are more animatronics now.
Mm-hmm.
But the irritating thing is more animatronics than when. Like, for us, the viewer, there's more than last time.
Mm-hmm.
But last time hasn't happened yet. So they're saying there's more animatronics here than when the restaurant used to be open.
So that's why I started with there are 2 times that this closes down.
That it gets closed down because of that past event.
Yep.
But it's slightly irritating because we, as the viewer, weren't a part of that, so we naturally connect it to our past, which in this instance is fictional. She keeps getting lucky on putting that mask.
Yeah, she is very lucky.
Putting that mask on right when the bunny gets her. Either that or she can hear those vents real well.
Well, we can't.
Yeah.
She has the full... I'm guessing it's just having the full thing really helps.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be why a lot of people...
Hey, Foxy. God.
You son of a bitch.
I'm watching the recording and he made me throw my keyboard on the floor. No!
Foxy's a bitch.
This is an interesting game over screen, and I don't know if we discussed it.
The game over screen?
Because in the previous game...
It was you with your eyes popped out. But
Yeah,
now it's you hiding in the Freddy mask.
Yeah. Which implies that in this continuity, anytime you lose... Well, especially, not just hiding in the Freddy mask, you're looking at Freddy, regardless of who kills you. So,
I think it's actually hinting that the phone guy survived.
Okay.
Because he's mentioning how he's always wondered what the mask looked like on the inside. And I'm assuming they didn't get rid of anything except the new animatronics. So there's no reason that they got rid of the empty Freddy mask.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's also, for me, it's interesting because it ties again to what we were saying of the pedophilia, the doubts about our main character,
which the wiki is just exploded with.
Yeah.
There's thoughts that this guy is the murderer. There's thoughts that Mike might be the murderer. Actually, very few people support Mike being a murderer now. And then the other thought is that the phone guy is the murderer.
Well, the thing I find interesting is that, so this one implies that we're brought to Freddy for judgment.
Yeah.
That it's not that they don't kill us immediately.
Sure.
That this game over screen, because the first one is our eyes and teeth inside of a suit. Mm-hmm. We're dead. We're done.
And then that they not just bring you to him, that even if you're not wearing the mask at the time, they put the mask on
you. But yeah, so talking again, we're dealing with these potentials of a murderer. I really like the exploration, and we'll get a bit of it later in the piece, of the story as told from the view of the machines.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of interesting stuff through that. And I think there's some great exploration of work going on here. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you haven't gotten too far into that because she only got to night 3 of what we've seen. Later, when you see through their eyes, you see the marionette come up to Freddy's eyes. So, like, there's each night the animatronics look closer at you until they're staring into your eyes whenever you turn to the right or left, and then the next night they look away, and the marionette is right in Freddy's face, and you can tell it's Freddy because of the placement of the Chica and Bonnie.
Yeah.
And he follows your vision no matter where you go.
Interesting.
Almost like a snake charmer, you know?
I see it. I understand. Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people assume the marionette has infected the other animatronics with some sort of virus. Because it's thought that the marionette is haunted from the initial murders.
Yeah. Again, there's Bonnie, and that
she is so lucky.
She's so unhappy too all the time. Like, if you listen, she's just...
I'm sure I'll cut us out every now and then to let her just talk.
There's a couple times where all it is what's happening, why is it happening. She swears whenever she gets the wrong one. It's great. You can feel... It's actually a great way for building the tension, even for us.
Yeah.
Like, even in the room, like, I'm not even playing, and
we can't hear anything.
Yeah, we can't hear what's going on. All we have is dead silence except for her. And her getting more and more agitated of the, oh, Satyric, what's happening? Oh.
not gonna be able to dub that, right?
They're all going to be edited to that terrible high-pitched voice you use?
I'll do a different one.
All right.
I'll do Rainbow Dash.
Satyric is super concerned that you guys never learn his real name.
Wait, first.
But I've already commented on a video with my real name.
Well, don't tell them that.
Cut this. Or I'll just delete
What's
that
gonna-
comment and they'll never find it.
Who knows? But yeah, so I like the idea. The one thing I dislike, and it's
Gone away.
I don't know how you would fix it.
Yeah.
Is that there's so much, especially given we're getting just from those glances at the wiki. I just looked at the wiki for the first time today. I'll be 100% honest with you people at home. I'm not a huge horror guy.
Bomb left.
I'd say neither of us are.
Yeah, I have my things like John Carpenter's The Thing, great film, of course. If you want something super embarrassing, one of the films that like ruined me for a while, Darkness Falls,
Really?
the shitty horror movie about the tooth fairy killing people.
That one's awful.
Yeah, it is. There's just something for me.
Was it one of your first horror movies?
No, I was like 17.
Oh, really?
I'd have to go look up like when exactly it came out, but it was
Around then.
Yeah, it was like a year after it came out. I saw it like at home. I think what it was for me is, and this game actually dabbles with it too, especially with this front doorway, is the idea of that we all think there's something in the dark.
Well, that was recorded.
We all believe that.
Yep.
So there's something in the shadows, and I suffer from chronic insomnia.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Yeah.
Oh, that was when we had to like escape out.
Yeah.
We had to pause because we had technical difficulties
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Ever since I left
But yeah, it's that idea of something hiding in the dark, and I think there was actually a recent Doctor Who that covered it really well. Listen, I showed that to you, right? Yeah. I really liked that idea, but
There was silence in the library.
yeah, and just that idea that, like, with Darkness Falls, it was that anywhere you couldn't... I remember, even right now, like, the most visceral moment in Darkness Falls is the Tooth Fairy looming over the doorway of the boy in the opening. It's the opening of the film. That the boy is there, he sees the Tooth Fairy, he runs to the bathroom, his mom gets murdered, and the Tooth Fairy lurking around that door frame just out of the boy's view, but the boy certain and set in his knowledge that he can't go out there, that there is an evil in the darkness. It's like, and I've seen plenty of stuff tied to it before. There was a great Vine about it, how whenever you turn off the lights through your house, it's like you can walk. It can be your house all your life, but when you walk through it, if you turn off a light, you leave that room as quickly as possible. You're out. Next room. It's just the like, oh, I don't get scared nothing. It's that idea, and so that was part of what screwed with me in Darkness Falls, was the idea of the hungry dark, to allude to that silence in the library. Yeah. And so, yeah, again, not big a horror guy.
No.
So it's a little cruel of us to pick on DJ Vjay and make her do these things, but I just...
DJ Vjay.
You'll see that in our next performance. Look for it. It's brilliant. Let me tell you. I'm just going to say, if you have never... If everything you've wanted from life was to watch Birdemic meet The Room, you have a sad life.
Well, yeah.
But we are here for you.
We're there. We're on top of it.
I think it interesting, though. There is one thing about this room that bothers me.
Sure.
Okay, there's a couple things about the room that bothers me.
Yeah.
But let's look at the arc in front of us, the door frame. And the fact...
If we ever get to see it again.
Oh, good, they're all gone.
Oh, yeah, this is
I
when
think
she
we're
starts
commenting.
screaming.
Yeah.
None of them are there, Joe.
Why are there warning signs above it? If that door never closes, there's no logical reason that door would
I'm going to
be like-
assume this is what I'm gonna bet. Freddy Fazbear 3, that's a door that's gonna close.
Okay.
Right?
The traveling back again?
When we travel back, because it's gonna be the original owners.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they're gonna close, because this is gonna be before the animatronics go crazy. So it's gonna be kind of like, why do these doors close?
It might actually be really interesting to explore the idea that since it's not the animatronics going crazy,
if it's not the animatronics going crazy and they're actually trying to protect the children.
Yeah, or I suppose on top of, combined with that, like the spirits of others, like who is the marionette? Why does he infect them? Like maybe like it can be like the first, like the marionette could be the first security guard.
Sure.
Trying to deal with this figure who keeps coming in for no. Foxy again.
Foxy, you bitch.
You cocksucker.
I think we may be into where... No, okay. This is the 8-bit thing.
Yeah. WASD.
WASD.
Use W, A, and S and D to move around.
Why is this? Oh, what is this? Oh no, why is there blood? Joe, what is this one? Should I be chasing him? Is that me? Joe, it's that ghostly man.
It's the marionette.
But the marionette won't hurt me because I'm a kindred spirit. Oh, well, this is all new and upsetting on a special way. What?
Interesting. This is the map of the building. So, like, your stage is to the right.
Where do I need to go?
Probably to the right.
Joe.
I would follow the map.
Oh, jeez. Not liking this at all. Have you done this? But you knew, Joe, just tell me why. Fucker! Fucker! What is that fuck? There's blood.
There you go. You're done. You can go home.
I just don't like sudden noises.
That's fair. Do you want ice cream?
I would say for $8, buy the game.
This
game is beautiful.